In this video, I'm breaking down the 6 digital products that do not sell anymore. So if you want to be broke, busted, and disgusted, then keep on selling this stuff. But if you really want to increase your income, impact, and influence online, give me about 5 minutes to break it down. Look, I made over 7 figures online in my business with digital products as the core around everything that I do. And I see so many people out there wasting time, energy, effort, and money creating and trying to sell the wrong stuff. And I don't want that stuff to happen to you. So let's get right into it. And the first digital product that does not sell anymore is going to be a journal. Now, here's the thing about a journal. They're always generic, and the generic journals, they don't sell. So any product without a defined transformation, it doesn't sell, period. Nobody buys a journal, but what they do buy is an anxiety reduction journal. What they would buy is a couples communication journal. What they would buy is a 30-day fat loss tracking journal. So just think about this. Any digital product that will sell is not only going to be an informational product, but it's going to be a transformational product. People don't buy information anymore. We're in the information age. But what they want is transformation, and what they want is an outcome. So outcome is always going to be greater than format, right? So a lot of these people that are out here trying to sell these just generic journals, they're thinking that somebody would want the format of a journal, but people could care less to buy your journal. People could care less to buy your thoughts. What they do want to buy is an outcome to a particular painful problem that they have. They want that result. So any digital product, it doesn't just sell because they typically exist. They sell because they solve something painful. So always focus on the pain points of somebody else instead of just thinking about something that you want to sell, right? The only products that are going to sell is something that solves a specific painful problem for someone. So once you realize that outcome overweighs format, then you'll realize that it simply comes down to pure product market fit. All right, so just don't waste your time with any journals or anything like that. Now, the second digital product that doesn't sell anymore are going to be these vague, be a better you products. And so many people are trying to sell these things. And broad motivational topics, they don't sell at all. So when I say these be a better you products, like people will have some type of product teaching people how to love themselves. People will have some type of product saying that this is going to help your mindset. But help your mindset to do what? Become a better you to do what? Love yourself for what reason? What is the problem that it's solving? And most people don't really think that they need to just be a better you. Like people, they don't wake up in the morning and just think like, oh, I need to be a better me today. I need better mindset today. I just need to wrap my arms around myself and love myself today. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I need. No, they don't. What they wake up thinking is that I hate my job. They wake up thinking, oh, I'm broke. They wake up thinking my relationship sucks. They wake up thinking, oh, I'm overweight. So remember, in order to properly monetize a digital product online, specificity sells. And not only specificity, but remember, everything comes back to a specific pain point. So you have to be specific in the pains that you're targeting. So here, specific pain converts. General inspiration does not. So for the most part, whatever niche that you're in or whatever it is that you're thinking about selling, people's problems typically come down into 3 main buckets, which are going to be health, wealth, and relationships. I don't care what it is that you talk about, what it is that you do. Typically, if somebody's going to spend money with you, it's going to solve one of these 3 things, right? So aim for specificity inside of these 3 things. And that's positioning, like that's the fundamental of positioning. That's basically just positioning one-on-one. And everything in online business, and everything just in business in general. It's simply a positioning and a package problem that most people have. So if you could just position your offer, probably the same offer that you already have, differently, to where it's the right person can understand that it's for them, that alone could be the key metric in you making some money. So I give you an example. There's a member in my community. She had a product that was helping people lose weight. And I was like, okay, that's entirely too broad, because people want to lose weight for so many different reasons. Some people may want to just lose weight because they don't like how they see themselves in the mirror. Other people might be wanting to join a fitness competition. Other people might not be able to get into their favorite pair of jeans, right? There's so many different reasons why somebody would want to get in shape or lose weight. And there's so many different demographics of people that are getting in shape also, from the person that doesn't have that much time after work and they just want to be a healthy human being, to the athlete, to there's so many different categories. So once we got it down to her helping new mothers lose 20 pounds of baby fat within the next 30 to 60 days without pretty much changing up their diets or their schedules, like with just a few minutes per day, then she started to instantly get sales. But she didn't even change her product at all. She just changed the positioning of it, right? So these vague, love yourselves, be a better you, have a better mindset, they're typically always some type of self-development stuff, or be more productive. People love to have like productivity products and whatnot. But those vague be a better you products, just don't sell them. They don't make any money. But they will make money, remember, if it's targeted down to a specific pain point or specific problem that somebody needs for that. Productivity, a course or an ebook or whatever the product is. Why does that person need to be more productive? Are they trying to start a business? Are they wanting to be a content creator? Are they wanting to start a YouTube channel? Right? There needs to be a reason behind it. Always remember, what is the pain behind it? Now, the third thing that's not selling anymore are all of these AI generated ebooks with no authority. Look, AI is really just AI is a tool. And a tool, unless you know how to use it, it's useless. You hand somebody that doesn't know how to fix anything a wrench, they don't know what to do with it. Like, I'm not a big fixer person. If you hand me a wrench, I might keep it up under my car seat as a weapon or something like that. Like, I'm not a fixer. I'm calling somebody for that stuff, right? So AI, people are seeing it as a tool, but they're not knowing how to use it. And then they're just thinking that it can make something for them really quickly when they have no authority to even back the claims that they're making in these products. So when it comes to a point to where you need to make some type of content to promote yourself and market your product, because you're going to have to build an audience at some point, not the biggest audience. If you're thinking like a contentpreneur, you know that you don't have to have the biggest audience. You just have to have the right specific targeted audience. See how this word specific keeps coming out of my mouth? Because the money is behind specificity, right? But nobody wants some quick AI written PDF that you generated in 30 minutes. That stuff doesn't sell. Just because something can be done quickly doesn't mean that you should sell it. And people are just coming up with AI generated ebook after ebook after ebook after ebook, and I wonder why they're not getting any sales. So it doesn't sell because there's no lived experience, right? Like I said before, we're in the information age. Information is readily available, but all information is not good information if somebody does not know how to apply information. And that's why experience comes in. That's where authority comes in, right? And if you have no proof behind whatever it is that you're claiming in the ebook, it's not going to sell. People buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. And what better way to get someone to trust you outside of repeatedly showing them the proof? But most people, they're just trying to show the product. No, show the proof. And they have no proof, therefore they can't sell the product. Then again, no specificity. And when you just generate these quick AI ebooks all the time, then they feel replaceable. Most people, not most people, all people would make more money if they could really just focus. And focus stands for follow one course until successful. The answer to everything in business, it typically comes down to one. You don't need more products. You need a better one product, right? You need a better one system. Then once you have that one product selling, if you want to come up with something else, then you can sell that on the back end to the people that have already made a purchasing decision to buy something from you. Because it is always going to be easier to sell something to somebody that has already bought something from you than to go out and acquire a new customer, right? So when you always have all these products available, then typically people don't want them because the stuff that you have, it seems like it's replaceable. Oh, they just was talking about this yesterday. Now they're talking about this today. And then next week they're talking about something else. These people just think they can go into Chat GPT or Claude or something like that and just write an ebook in 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes and then make some money. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. And the market is flooded with all these ebooks. Like I said earlier, you have stuff like this: The Ultimate Guide to Productivity, The Make Money Online Blueprint, Success Mindset Secrets. Like, if it literally sounds like something ChatGPT wrote in a single prompt, most likely it's not going to convert. So most people, they're looking outside of themselves for some type of product instead of looking inwards towards the things that they've accomplished, towards their experiences, towards the stuff that comes easy to them that comes harder for others, towards the stuff that people ask them for advice for all the time, the stuff that people ask them for their tutelage with. They're always looking outside of themselves, and then they're just putting some prompts into whatever Chat GPT or whatever LLM, and they're asking the AI to just make them some stuff based off of what they think other people want on the outside. And I'm telling you, that's the worst way that you could possibly go online in your business. So authority plus experience is going to beat information 10 times out of 10. Like I said, information is readily available, but experience and a trusted authority behind certain information, that's rare. And that's where you create your niche of one. And that's where you don't have to worry about any competition, right? Now, the fourth digital product is not selling anymore. Similar to these, be a better you, love yourself products, these courses that are simply behind motivation. So motivation courses with no skill attached to it doesn't sell anymore. People, they don't want to just be rah-rah anymore. And motivation is just a feeling. It fades, right? So people, they need something tangible to do behind that feeling that they get. So just think about this. You're happy, you're sad, you're angry, you're mad, whatever it is. All these are emotions. You don't feel that way 100% of the time. And motivation is the same as that way. So people, they'll feel this feeling, and initially they may feel pumped up, but then if they don't know anything to actually do, no tangible skills, then they get deflated, and then they're like, this is crap. And then you start to become an untrusted authority, and then word of mouth starts to spread that you have bad stuff to offer. So you can't just give a motivation course with no skill attached. So you can't sell something like become your best self. You can't sell something like unlock your inner power. You can't sell something like step into your greatness. That stuff sounds good, but at the end of the day, it's just motivation, and it's just going to fade. What can somebody actually do with your course? What can somebody actually do with your product? People, they don't just buy the vibes. People, they buy outcomes. And everybody who is really, really making money online in their business with digital products, they all understand this. They all understand that the outcome is the product, not the product itself. The product is simply just the vehicle to deliver somebody's desired outcome. All that you have to do, all that you have to focus on is taking somebody from where they are right now and taking them to where they want to be, their desired destination, right? And this here, our product, is simply just going to be the vehicle that takes them there. That's it. As soon as you simplify this stuff, stuff gets a lot easier. The simple stuff scales, the fancy stuff, it fails. So motivation without mechanics, that's when you start to get all these refund requests, right? Or that's when you start to get chargebacks, because people, they want a result. And if it's just rah, make you feel good stuff, they're gonna feel like they wasted their money. And that's when people run around here calling stuff scams and whatnot, because they thought that they were buying something that was going to have a result attached, and then they saw that it was just a bunch of motivational fluff, no actual tactical how-to, no actual skill that they can acquire. So if your product doesn't teach a skill, a system, or a measurable outcome, it's just fluff. Just gotta keep it a buck with you. Now, the fifth product that's not selling anymore are these random templates with absolutely no use case. So a lot of times when people are trying to sell these templates, they're typically selling on Notion. Now there's all kinds of different platforms or templates that you can sell, but from what I'm seeing, it seems like that Notion is becoming the new Canva, right? So everyone's selling like these planners or a life planner, or they're trying to target entrepreneurs or whatnot, and they're selling like a business dashboard, or maybe they're targeting content creators or whatnot, and they're trying to sell a content calendar or something like that, right? Just a plug and play Notion template or a plug and play template. Well, unless it actually solves a problem again, because nothing's going to sell unless it actually solves a problem, then it's not going to sell. So a template for somebody that's in business that actually booked 5 sales calls per week, that'll probably sell a little bit more. The template that has somebody in business to maybe organize their client delivery, if somebody is having a service-based business or maybe a coaching-based business, that actually solves a problem. For somebody that has this content calendar, if it actually helps somebody scale to their first 100,000 YouTube subscribers, if somebody's just out here trying to be a content creator instead of a contentpreneur, where you really don't need a big audience to be pretty successful online. But anyway, stuff like that would sell. So if it's just the aesthetic for productivity, then it's not going to sell. And the bottom line thing that you always need to remember is that templates, they either have to be tied to revenue, time saving, or the biggest, some type of transformation. A general copy and paste template, they did sell some years ago, but not anymore. And then the sixth digital product that's not selling anymore is a membership. But not memberships, because memberships are some of the hottest digital products, period. But these everything for everyone memberships. And I was a victim of this in the past also, right? And a lot of people, they don't think of a community or a membership as a digital product, but they are. So anything to where it's the deliverable of it is online and digital, then it is a digital product. But these are extremely profitable. These can build what I believe is the best type of income you can make in your business with this monthly recurring income. But if they're everything for everyone membership, it's not going to sell at all. It needs to be focused. So communities fail when there's absolutely no shared mission at all. If there's no shared mission, there's most likely not going to be any shared direction. And if there's no shared direction, then there's no core transformation. And you see this word transformation repeatedly coming up because that is the only thing that people are buying. They want a result. They want a transformation. They want to go from Peter Parker to Spider-Man, right? They want to go from Bruce Banner to the Hulk. They want to go to Steve Urkel to Stefan Urkel. I don't know if you ever seen Family Matters. Did I do that? Oh man. Do I got some water here? How was Urkel snorting like that? I just about damn killed myself. Snorting like Urkel. Urkel's a tough cookie, man. But anyways, look. If people within the community that you're attempting to sell aren't moving on one accord, remember, focus. Follow one course until successful. Typically the answer comes down to one. If they're not moving towards the same transformation or the same metric or the same result, then your engagement dies. When your engagement dies, your retention dies, and then nobody feels aligned, and then your sales die. And then you have to fight that churn monster, which is a real thing in communities. If you're not familiar with what churn is, that's the percentage of people that leave the community each month. So for example, if you have a 10% churn, then that means 10% of people leave your community each month. And with a 10% churn, for example, if you do the math and you don't have any new members joining, then your entire community will be gone in the next 10 months, right? So a community, it's pretty much like a bucket. So if you can imagine a bucket, just imagine that this is a bucket, and imagine that the bucket has some water in it, right? But even though this bucket has this water in it, imagine that this bucket just has a few holes and you have some water leaking out. Well, this is going to be your churn. Well, if you have no water coming into the bucket, then at some point you're going to run out of water. So that's why you need to have some type of lead generation source right here, constantly putting new water into the bucket, right? So if you have some type of system to where you're still getting new members, you can fight churn. But the goal with this is to plug up these holes as soon as possible, right? And that's why I love the community model so much, because I've been in experiences in business in years past where my income literally went to zero overnight, and that hurt. And then also with one-off sales, no matter how much money that you make, you start off the next month at zero. The most money that I've made in a single month online in my business with digital products is 6 figures. Well, guess what? The first of the month, my income automatically went back to zero and I had to start all over again. But with the community model, what I love about it is that instead of trying to reach new heights all the time, you're focused on setting a new floor and reaching a new plateau each month, right? So now, at the beginning of each month, you at least start here. You're not going to go below there. Now you know that you're at least going to start here. You're not going to go there. Now you know that you're at least going to start here. You're not going to go below there, right? And there's a piece of comfort that comes with that, and your mind can be at ease knowing that you don't have to go out and get it each and every single month. And then you know that you can actually focus on making your product a better product so the people will decide to stay. And so that you can, do your best to eliminate this churn. I love it. I spend my whole time building my community. But these everything for everyone memberships or communities, they're not going to sell. They have to be really, really, really focused on a specific outcome for a specific person. So everyone within that community will all be on a common chord. So everyone within that community will all be headed for the same thing. So everyone within that community will all be climbing the same mountain together, right? So these communities, they all need a single mountain to climb. So if you focus on actually coming up with a solution to a real problem for someone, and not just think about how you can make some money real quick, and actually start to love the people and use the money instead of trying to make some money by using some people, then you'll actually start to get some traction and momentum in your business, and it'll be pretty simple for you to start getting numbers online, just like all them that you see on the screen right now. So if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this credit at the top community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But these are the 6 digital products that no longer sell. And I'm telling you, There's only 3 that you really need to focus on, and that's it. And check out this video right here for the 3 that will always sell no matter what the market's doing and no matter what's hot and no matter what is trendy. It's crowded at the top.